Oh. All right, so yeah, today I just want to talk to you a little bit about my editing process and what I'm doing behind the scenes after I get done with my photo shoots. So this is gonna be from my most recent photo shoot I just did for graduation. We went to downtown Houston around 7 o'clock or so. So the lighting was obviously very low. We were in a lot of shadows and stuff behind all the buildings, but obviously I knew that was gonna happen. So I made sure that I shot for the edit on these. So a lot of these you're gonna see they look kind of bad out the camera, but afterwards, after I get done with my edits, because I already knew what I wanted to do with them, you can see how much better they look. So this is my editing process. And let's get into it. All right, so the first thing I'll start out with is the photo selection. So usually when I go on shoots, I usually do about 300 photos that end up in the camera. So when I come to Lightroom, I just go through every single one of them one by one, and I pick out usually around like the top 40 or 50. And then from there, I'll edit them and narrow it down to around 25 that I'll ultimately deliver to whoever I did the photos for. So the second part is color editing. This is my favorite part, and this is what makes the most difference on any photos that you're looking at from me. This is where I do majority of my work at. So what I usually do here is change up the colors a little bit to whatever, I'm feeling. So with this one, it was kind of a city vibe. So I was looking for kind of the bluish teals, and you can see the orange in the background I used for that. And same thing with this one. We saw this walking by, just a building, had a lot of orange light inside with a wood structure inside. I thought it would look really nice to have a photo in front of, so we stopped, took it there. I knew I was going to be able to come into Lightroom and adjust the oranges and all of that to try to make it really stand out, to look like something that was, way different than what you would see with your normal eye. And then this one I thought would be interesting because she's a business major. So she graduated, and so we were looking for something that was kind of businessy. JP Morgan Chase building downtown. They had the orange light again, like the last photo, and I just knew I could do something with that. So we had her stand in front of there. You see, I lit up the JP Morgan Chase sign just to make it stand out a little more. So we took a few of these. We did a lot of portrait, landscape, just to give her some different looks. And so this was one of the funnest parts for me, is the editing process. So then after I get done with a lot of the color editing, I'll go into Photoshop on photos that need it. Like this one had a huge sign I didn't like. It just didn't flow with the picture how I wanted it to, so I had to get rid of it. Basically just reconstructed that window to make it seem like there was nothing there. And so that's kind of what I do with Photoshop. So you'll see other photos on here where I go in and changing some things, but Photoshop for me is mainly used to get rid of subjects and to move stuff around if I need to. It's just basically to fix any mistakes or imperfections that I have in any of my photos. So that's basically what I'm using Photoshop for. And like I said, that's not on every picture. It's just on some pictures where I wasn't able to get things out of the way. This is a great way for me to be able to go back in and fix some things up and touch things up. Then there's the last part. Sometimes I'll get in, I'll think I'll be able to do things with Photoshop, and then I get in there and realize it's not working how I want it to. So then sometimes I just have to scrap pictures and just take it how it is. So after I get through all my editing, you can see the difference that it makes as far as what the picture looks like at the outcome of when I get done with it. So on your left, you're gonna have what it looks like straight out the camera when I'm out there shooting. And then on the right is after all the edits I made and basically what I imagined while I was shooting it, because I already kind of had an idea of what I wanted it to look like. So yeah, with these are gonna be on every single photo I take. So if I'm delivering 25, that means I'm doing this for every single picture. So that's my whole editing process. That usually takes me around like 2.5 hours. For this one specifically, it took me around 4 because I had to do a lot of work in Photoshop to get rid of some things. So that's what goes on behind the scenes as far as what I'm doing on the computer after I get done with our photo shoot. Yeah, you'll be seeing a lot more videos from me lately. One, in part because I just got hired as the media technology teacher at Westfield High School. So I'm going to be having my students do a lot of work. I'm going to be creating new videos for my students so they can be learning from me, and I continue learning and growing with what I'm doing and growing my business as well. So just be on the lookout for some more videos from me. If y'all know anybody who's interested in getting work done, please point them in my direction. Please send them to my website, mcclendonimages.net. If you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, BrokeJet. If you don't follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter at BrokeJet5, I think. I don't know, I'll put it up. But that's it. That's my editing process. Should be on the lookout for some more videos for me in the future.